Hey, this is Lobbert. SincityMTG reached out to me on Twitter and asked me to play a couple of games just for fun. You can find our match where I play Bomberman and he plays Blue-Red Goblin Wizardry. We played a game after just for fun and I decided to record that. I haven't recorded in a long time and it was kind of a spur of the moment thing, so I did mess up my stream settings. So there's not going to be any of our audio here, but I think most of the best conversation happened on his video anyway, so I don't think much was lost here. Anyway, I decided to play with a green-white landfall deck, and you'll just have to wait and see what he's playing. I've left a link in the description to my deck list. It's not super refined, but it does do some powerful things if you want to check it out. I get to go first, and my opening hand only has one creature, but it can do some pretty neat stuff. So we're going to keep this hand and throw down our Sakura Tribe Scout. He plays a swamp and immediately plays Snuff Out on our creature. That's probably a pretty good move, since if we untapped, we could both Vines of Vastwood and Sajiri Step our creature. When we draw our Curian Ranger, which we play immediately. He responds with cycling a Baron Moor, but since we can play this Forest now, we're going to take the opportunity to just pants it up with a Rancor. I don't value this Curian Ranger super highly. I don't want to use the Vines of Vastwood on it just yet. I think that we can draw into a different creature. And here's another good reason. He does play Chainer's Edict, killing our creature, and the Vines would have done nothing. So now we know that he is black and green, and I believe in the audio he does let us know that this is lands deck, so we have both spontaneously decided to do a lands mirror match. I play my adventuring gear, and he plays a Jotty Offshoot, followed by a bounce land. So he's going to gain a life, and we get the turn back. I'm going to play this Evolving Wilds, so that when we do get a creature, we can trigger landfall with our adventuring gear if we can get it equipped. Our other lands we want to use more as triggers and abilities. The Sajiri Step is a protection spell if we can play it at instant speed. And our Selesnya Sanctuary we keep in hand until we're ready to play it and bounce it to itself. He plays a Thorn of the Black Rose. He becomes the Monarch, so this is slipping away really quick. Probably going to scoop it up soon. We draw a Forest. We're just going to play that and pass the turn back to him. He plays Sakura Tribe Elder and hits us for 1. He doesn't have a super fast clock, but he does have a Chainer's Edict in the yard that is going to be online possibly next turn that we can't interact with. We do draw a Llanowar Scout, so we're going to be able to play that. We decide to leave up Vines since this is a very important creature to us right now. On our end step, he cracks Sakura Tribe Elder. And again, I'm really sorry about losing the audio. When I pulled up the video, it had recorded my audio twice, and I only got an echo of him, so it was just horrific. Anyway, he plays a Night's Whisper, cycles an Ash Barrens, drops a land, gains a life with Jotty Offshoot, cycles a Tranquil Thicket, and he's going to get in for 1 damage again. No blocks. Hopefully, we are going to be able to steal the Monarch for a turn using this Sajiri Step and to do a decent amount of damage. He does draw with his Monarch. We draw another Sajiri Step, so we're going to want to equip first before doing anything. Drop our protection spell to give it protection from green so that he doesn't just chump block. There's the Snuff Out, so we're going to cast with Kicker for maximum damage. This fizzles his Snuff Out. Our guy goes up to a 7/9. Make sure to give it protection from green. Crack our Evolving Wilds to just maximize the damage when we can. We're just going to grab a Forest. And so we've got a 9-power creature that we're attacking with that he can't block. It's going to bring him down to 6. We become the Monarch for a turn. And it is a little sad that we couldn't attack with Rancor as well, but that's going to help us punch through damage on a later turn, hopefully. Off of our Monarch trigger, we only draw a Sajiri Step, and he does hit us with that Chainer's Edict. Back up to 8, since he's playing a Jungle Hollow, he's gaining 1 off of that and 1 off the Jotty Offshoot. He takes the Monarch back. When we get the turn, we draw another Adventuring Gear, and we're just going to pass it back to him. So he's up on 8 cards. I'm sure some of them are kill spells, but we're just going to hold out a little bit longer here to see what his deck does. He plays a Tilling Treefolk. That's going to be able to get back 2 cycling lands. I checked my creature count real quick here. to see what my chances are of maybe drawing out of this. There's another Evolving Wilds. We're just going to play that so that on a later turn, it's another landfall trigger. Cycles Baron Morin, takes his turn. We're going to take 4 here. Plays another Penumbra Spider. So he's got quite the attacking force. Cycles a Tranquil Thicket for another card draw. Plays Bojuka Bog on me, so he goes back up to 10 life from the offshoot. And there's a Gurmag Angler. So next turn he's attacking for 11. So we can hold out here, but we need to draw a creature immediately, and it has to live. We draw a Curian Ranger, play that, equip both of our adventuring gear, put Rancor on it, and this is possibly a lethal threat next turn. We're going to hold our land in our hand and pass to him. He has to do pretty much nothing. He just casts the Chainer's Edict, and that is game 1. For our sideboard, neither of us were planning on the lands matchup, so all I bring in is a Relic of Progenitus, and I'm going to take out a forest. I am a land-heavy deck. I'm going down from 24 lands to 23, so I think that's fine, and I think being aggressive is a good option here. So I'm going to go first again. I have a Relic, but nothing else relevant, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan that. Our second hand isn't fast. All of the lands are tapped, but we do have some threats, which is real good. We are forced to choose between Crop Rotation and Vines of Vastwood as cards to throw away. I guess we could get rid of creatures, but I think I just want to keep as many creatures as possible. We play the Sajiri Step and pass to them. We draw a forest, so instead of playing our Step Leaks like was our plan, we're going to have to rethink this. Keeping the Selesnya Sanctuary in hand guarantees land drops forever since I could bounce it to itself, so I'm going to go ahead and play this Snapping Gnarlid. Attacking with a 3/3 for 2 mana is definitely not bad. He plays a Sakura Tribe Elder, and the turn comes back to us. So we pretty much know that he's going to block here. On voice chat, he considers not doing it, but he does. I think he does want the land, and that's kind of what I was expecting, and he blocks and sacrifices his guy. I go with another Gnarlid and just play the land. So we are holding off for a bigger turn here, since we are committing a threat every turn, and that is proving effective. I don't see any reason to try to hurry this up and go for big damage before we can do the max possible damage. He cycles an Ash Barrens, plays another Sakura Tribe Elder, and passes back to us. We don't crack Evolving Wilds on purpose. So before we play any of our cards, we're going to trigger Landfall with Selesnya Sanctuary. We bounce that right back to our hand and attack in for 6, expecting one of these is going to get blocked. So then we lay down our Step Links. He responds with cycling a Tranquil Thicket, play our Sakura Tribe Scout, and pass to him. So if we crack this Evolving Wilds, we can pump up most of our guys to 3 toughness. He plays another land, and he does play Pestilence. So this is going to be a problem. He can't wait until our turn, since Sakura Tribe Scout would lose Summoning Sickness and be able to save all of our creatures. But he's going to activate just once, and we're not going to respond with Evolving Wilds since we want all of the triggers that we can get. We find another Evolving Wilds, so our guys are going to go up to a 3/3, and we can get some more pumps by sacrificing these. We do also have this Crop Rotation in our hand that can go get another Evolving Wilds for the maximum amount of triggers. We're just grabbing forests here since we already have access to a white source. So both of our Gnarlids are 5/5s right now, and they can potentially be 7/7s. So this was a tough decision for me. I know that with Crop Rotation, I can get another 2 landfall triggers. I can get my guys up to be 7/7s. I can do 14 damage, but that does leave enough wiggle room for him to activate Pestilence twice, killing our guys again. I'm going to go ahead and do it though, just to get him down after he kills our guys to 1 life and limit, the spells that he can cast. I do know that he played Night's Whisper, and we know that he has Pestilence, so we're going to try to limit him on that as much as possible. If we can squeak in just 1 damage after all of this, that can be game. So he activates Pestilence, we lose both of our creatures, and then he's going to follow it up by playing another creature. He plays Tilling Tree Folk. It's got a nice high toughness, so this is going to be problematic, but since he's only at 1 life, it's a little bit less problematic than it would otherwise be. He cycles an Ash Barrens to get a forest, passes it back to us. So here's a crop rotation. We can get Colony Garden or Sajiri Step for a protection spell when we get a creature. The Colony Garden, we don't have any adventuring gear or anything to pants up and attack with, sadly. Ooh, and here he draws a Raven's Crime, so this is going to decimate our hand. We know with crop rotation we can go get another bounce land, so that's going to be the most important card in our hand to keep is crop rotation. And he's going to ninjutsu out his creatures, so now he has a Tilling Tree Folk back in hand that can go get him more lands to fuel his Raven's Crime, so we basically don't have a hand. We draw a Curian Ranger though, so it's possible that we win this game. I'm going to throw that down, and I think this is going to force him to not attack or play another creature at least. Oh, and he does kill it. So now he's hitting us for 3 this turn. It can be more next turn. So I'm just going to scoop it up. He's got all the card advantage, and yeah, that looks like the better lands deck. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please check out SincityMTG's video, and like and subscribe for more Pauper content.